Welcome to Midwest Mission. My name is Chantel Corey and I'm the Executive Director. You are now on holy ground and we are so glad that you are here. We hope during this time that you are here with us, you will have the great opportunity to witness all that God has in store for you and to see how God is moving things right here in your midst. We'll be sharing God's stories with you all week long that we hope you will take, enjoy, and share with people when you return home to your communities. Midwest Mission exists to bring the hearts and hands of God's people together to transform resources into humanitarian relief. We specialize in showing God's love in a practical way, and that only happens when people like you come here to be God's hands and feet, to turn these resources into humanitarian aid that can go into places during times of disaster and in times of crisis. We specialize in 4 areas: disaster relief, health, education, and micro-business. Midwest Mission sends hope and empowerment around the world and around the corner by sending tangible resources to make an intangible difference in people's lives. These resources do not happen unless you are here to refurbish supplies or build kits. Our staff do none of this work. It is all done by volunteers. The staff are here to make sure that day-to-day stuff happens and to equip you to do the work of the ministry. This is your ministry. Midwest Mission is your ministry. It's a ministry of the people, completely funded by people and by individuals, by no other source. So thank you for being here and being a part of this. Midwest Mission is a 501c3 organization. We have our own board, which is made up of individuals from the North Central jurisdiction. Midwest Mission was founded by Jack Travelstead in 2000 and helped to come to fruition through the Illinois Great Rivers Conference, giving them a grant to get this started. We have a covenant relationship with the Illinois Great Rivers Conference in the North Central jurisdiction. We are founded by the Methodist Church and strive to serve in the Wesleyan ways, but we are open to all people and we give to all people. We work to show God's love in that practical way when people need us in their time of crisis, and by being that calming Christian presence and bringing hope during those times. Why do we do what we do? Midwest Mission serves to help people in their time of crisis around the world and around the corner by sending simple resources that can improve people's circumstances. We believe in giving people a hand up and not a hand out. And we know that people need health and education, 2 stable things in their life to get their foot on that first rung to get themselves out of poverty. And we want to be there to help support in those circumstances. So how does Midwest Mission work? First, we have partner nonprofit organizations that tell us what their needs are, whether that's a conference disaster relief coordinator who's just is dealing with a flood or a hurricane and telling us the needs that are there at that current time, or that's a nonprofit organization in Haiti, Guatemala, Honduras, telling us what their needs are so we can add additional items that we do not currently have on a regular basis, or so we can modify what we are doing. We're constantly asking our partners for what their needs are. Midwest Mission is driven off the needs of others. Then once we find out those needs, we ask for donations. We ask people like you to bring in those in-kind supplies or to give financially so that we can go and purchase those in-kind supplies. Then we have you, the volunteer, who comes here and is called here and answers the call for such a time as this to come here and turn resources that we have been given into disaster relief and humanitarian aid. Then we work again with partner organizations to distribute these supplies around the world and around the corner. We do require our partner organizations to follow up and give us reports so that we know where every item is handed out. And that way we can steward your resources of time and gifts and your talents to the best of our ability, which is our absolute goal. And we believe we're not only called to steward the resources here as best we can, but also kingdom resources, which why we believe partnerships are so incredibly important. So each of us can do what we can do best so we can all make a bigger impact for Christ in this world. We will do our best to make you as physically comfortable as we can, but we'll need your help on that. First, we want you to come each day prepared in comfortable closed-toed shoes and clothing. Also, when you arrive, you'll be given a name tag. Make sure you wear that every day. We like to be called by our names, and we know you do too. And in case of an emergency, it's very important as well. We want you to leave Midwest Mission in the same condition, if not better, than what you showed up in. So if you're given a task and it physically is giving you an issue, please ask one of the volunteer leaders or staff members. There's many adjustments we can make, whether that's bringing you a mat, raising a table, putting you at a different table. But don't wait, ask us now. You're not complaining, you're not whining. We want you in the best shape you can possibly be in, because that's gonna create the best product that we can put out there. And we value quality over quantity here at Midwest Mission. In case of a tornado, please head to the southeast corner of the building. You'll see a door with a tornado image on it. That is our storm shelter. Please remain there until the storm is over. In case of a fire or earthquake, please head to the southwest side of the parking lot. Remain there until everyone is accounted for so we can assure everyone has left the building safely. In case of an active shooter, we ask that you first run, hide, fight, and make sure you call 911. We want to do whatever we can to keep as most people safe as quickly as possible. Midwest Mission asks that while you're in our buildings and in our vehicles, you refrain from smoking or vaping. We also ask you to make sure you're using the best of manners when dealing with other volunteers and with our staff. We're all here to do the work of Jesus, so let's treat each person as if they were Jesus. Make sure we are also not using any sexually suggestive behavior or bullying. If you experience that, please let one of the staff members know, and we will do our best to rectify that situation. At Midwest Mission, we soak everything in prayer, and we ask that you do the same thing while you're here, because we know from testimonies and hearing from people that they do feel all the love that you put into every item and the hope that it brings them to receive a gift from their brothers and sisters in Christ. So while you're building a school kit, think of that student that will be receiving it to start out their school year, or a mother receiving a layette kit and putting those clothes on her newborn child. So every time we finish a pallet, we'll be asking you to pray over that pallet, and every shipment that leaves here, we also gather together to pray over everything in the container and for the safety of the driver and the travels of that container and all who will receive those items. We're so glad you're here with us, and we are thanking you in advance for the great Christian attitude, flexibility, and the awesome impact you're going to make for Christ around the world and around the corner.